So going into placement stones, there's a lot of options for where you can leave a placement. So keeping in mind, if you are wanting to put a hot rock on your client as a placement stone, there has to be a barrier between skin and stone. So whether that's a sheet here or a towel laid on top of that, you can start with the sheet, place a rock on top of that, let the heat sink in for a couple seconds, check in with your client. If that's too hot, we take it off, we add a towel, and then we put it on top of the towel. So traditional placement stones include a large stone on the sacrum, and we can line the stones all the way up the back as well. And then we could cover this up and then continue our work on the legs. The only time we're putting a placement stone directly on the skin for a client is if we have already dissipated most of the heat from the rock. So say I finished working on the shoulder here, and I take that stone that's just a little bit warm still, and I place it in the lower back while I finish what I'm doing in the shoulder. Same applies to the arm. So once I've finished massaging the arm with one of my rocks, I can then slide this rock into the hand, and they can hang on to it while it still has a little bit of warmth in it. While your client is lying prone, if you're planning to work on the pecs when you flip, you can slide a couple of rocks just underneath their shoulders here. Again, if they are hot, you would put just a small washcloth on top of it before sliding them in. Another option for a placement rock is to put one on top of the hamstring here. So again, you can do this initially if you're planning to work on the hamstrings and you want to warm it up a little bit first. You can place a hot stone over top of a barrier. So start with the sheet, check in, add a towel if necessary. And we can do the same thing that we did with the arms as well. If we have finished working the hamstring and we have a rock that's just a little bit lukewarm still, we can then rest this rock just right in the belly of the hamstring while we finish working on the calf. Just be mindful when you're doing placement stones on the leg. They're a little bit more unstable than the back, so as you work on the calf, there's a good chance that this rock falls off, so just be mindful that they're not falling all over the floor.